Broadcasting live from the Jersey Shore, it's Coach Kev on the Damage 365 Radio Network.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Damage 365 Radio. This is the Indie Super Show. I am Coach Kev, your host, along with Nick DeBeard and the real number 8, JT, both in the house. Nick, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Kev. It's weird having all three of us in studio.
First time ever, I think.
I'm pretty sure it's the first time ever.
First time ever.
Ever.
I like it.
We love first times. Well, when it comes to this stuff. Was there a song that always feels like the first time?
There's a song for everything.
I think it was a Chicago song. Chicago. See, if we had the research computer up and running right now.
Studio is coming along, though.
Along. Who knew that after all the hooking up of wires and running of wires and holes and everything else, that as soon as everything was done, I go to press the power button on the computer and it doesn't turn on. Bad power cord.
But sooner or later, it'll all be up and running.
Yeah.
We got microphones on
you
both.
can build a desk.
Yeah, I know. I'm very handy. Very, very handy. Problem is that it's hot. So it's like I start working on it, and then I start sweating, and then I got sawdust stuck all over my face, all over my arms, and then I'm like, it's disgusting. So I think more will get done as it gets a little cooler. I can open the windows and stuff like that. But yeah, totally away from the fact of we're on live in a wrestling show.
We're live, yeah, exactly. And we're just talking about building
we're
desks
just
and
talking
weather.
about like if we were just sitting around on a night where it's Strato night.
That's why I'm always
Strato
in studio
night.
on Strato night.
It's another glorious Strato night, our once a month meeting with all our peoples, but
including Kenny Kluska.
Yeah, Real Sports Talk with Kenny Kluska, who just went off the air about 15 minutes ago. I hope everybody tuned in on the Damage 365 Radio Network.
His 1 year
His
anniversary.
1 year anniversary.
Happy
September
anniversary, Kenny.
6th,
Yep.
2014. Real Sports Talk with Kenny Kluska debuted on the Damage 365 Radio Network.
So happy.
1 year later, he's still doing it.
And he will be here later
He'll
for
be
Strat
here probably in
Nights.
about 15 minutes.
So we will be able to say congratulations to Kenny for 1 year with the company,
And we are in negotiations right now with a host of a brand new show, and he's going to be covering movies.
we're just expanding. We're going everywhere.
It's not just sports; it's just about pop culture.
Exactly.
You know, that's what it is. You know, we got wrestling. We got our music radio station working its way in. We have our Clubhouse Report. We have our Indie Super Show, and soon we'll have our movies review show. And hopefully we'll also have a wrestling program that focuses completely on mainstream TV.
Yep.
With WWE and TNA, Global Force, ROH, and anybody else that
Lucha Underground
decides to maybe put their product on television. Well, yeah, whether it's Lucha, Mexican. I actually have a user code if anybody wanted to watch some Mexican Lucha wrestling.
There you
go. Also, PWS is on TV, and I think GCW is working their way to a cable deal
soon. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to cover. I mean, people say, well, PWS and GCW, that's all indie. But you know what? When you're on TV, regardless if it's a local channel or not, you're on TV.
You're on TV. You have a TV.
You're doing
product.
something else that someone else is not doing.
Yep.
If you have to separate, what's the difference between PWS and say Warriors of Wrestling? People can say, well, PWS is on television.
Exactly.
That's the first thing they can say.
And you could have other companies and other...
Which I think Warriors of Wrestling is working their way to get on Hulu.
Yep.
So,
which would be awesome.
So,
I get that channel.
Dynamite drop in there, JJ.
I get that channel.
I get that channel. It's been probably because you hang around with little kids that watch cartoons.
Nah.
Yeah.
I was just flicking through the channels last night and I seen Hulu. I was like, what's this?
Yeah, I got a free subscription to Hulu from Verizon Fios, which is pretty cool because the other night I was really bored and I watched about 13 episodes of He-Man.
It's funny. I don't have Hulu. I have Netflix, obviously, but Hulu definitely focuses on TV shows a lot,
Yes.
whereas Netflix is very movie oriented.
Yeah, if I had Netflix, it'd be really, really bad. I'd probably never leave my house.
You leave your house now?
Yeah, I do. I get lunch. I visit our sponsors at Esposito's Pizza and Pasta,
And your
the Jersey Shore Subs,
Yep.
and the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore in the Englishtown Flea Market.
There you go. Nice
Green
segue.
Building, booth 35.
I love the segue. Perfect.
Which we want to say, proud to announce that the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, Dan and Heather Crisp are now proud part owners of UWA Elite Wrestling.
Yep.
Wow.
So they are trying and I know they will succeed to take that brand and go places that it has never been before.
Yep.
And I look forward to that because as one of our sponsors and partnership that we have, we'll be heavily involved, promoting and
Yep.
doing some interviews and being at shows and things along that nature. I know they'll be looking to move out of their South River location and getting some bigger venues. I've actually gave them some venues to look into.
Yeah.
And hopefully get one nice large venue that they could call home.
Exactly.
That'd be pretty awesome that you can say, all right, where is where's the event tonight? Oh, well, it's at the UWA Elite Arena.
And it's funny though, because you look at a lot of companies who travel to different places, even indie companies, but then you take a look at something ECW did years ago, where they were just in the arena in Philadelphia, and it really worked for them because you have the normal fans that are going to be there, the diehard fans of your product that will be there every single Friday, Saturday night, whatever it happens to be. So yeah, I mean, finding one specific arena for your specific brand really does benefit.
It does benefit, and it's a starting point,
Exactly.
And people don't, people say, well, how are you going to get your brand out there if you're in one spot? Well, that's the way you start. You have fans coming from all over to your neutral site. Then you move on to bigger and better things. Perfect example, WWE, Madison Square Garden. That's where wrestling was, the Manhattan Center. That was where WWE took off.
And they didn't just
remember
start...
the first Raw was at the Manhattan Center.
And they didn't start with 13 pay-per-views a year. They started with your normal, your core four. You started with your Royal Rumble, your Mania, your Survivor Series, and your SummerSlam. And then they expanded over the years.
When wrestling was good.
Well, when wrestling was good.
When you had 3 months to build a storyline.
Instead of maybe a week and a half.
Yeah. So, 3 months to build a storyline with a whole bunch of promos in between and a couple of public appearances on, national television on the weekends. It was great. Or you had your occasional once every 4 or 5 months Saturday night main event. I mean, that's the way it was.
I miss
Sunday Superstars.
Yes. I miss
You had your Sunday Superstars, and I used to find reasons not to go to church on Sunday morning. I don't feel good.
But in reality, I just want to watch wrestling.
I have superstars fever. I just wanted to watch wrestling. And, back in the day when my dad used to give me a hard time about how expensive blank VHS tapes were, that I had to record it while we were at church and come home and watch it. And then my father used to bitch how I wasted an entire tape on a half hour of wrestling. Not realizing back in the day that you can record over it. But actually, when back then, if you recorded over a VHS tape more than like twice, it really ruined the quality.
Yeah.
So it was. These are things that a lot of our fans didn't have to experience.
Yeah, I mean, I was born in
tapes.
1987, but I still
putting
had
a piece
to
of
do
Scotch
that,
tape on the top of the cassette tape because you popped the tab off. you're like, damn it, now I want to record something. You put the Scotch tape on there.
Exactly.
You used the eraser end of a pencil to wind up your tape because it was loose.
Yep.
I actually had it in, I think, like the mid-90s. I had an automatic rewinder.
I had a VHS rewinder.
That was so
You pop
good.
it in, you push it down, it rewinds, and it pops open when it's done.
Open was so good. You don't have to hold down a button.
And I remember it was so loud and rough.
Yeah.
And when you push it down, it would go boom, pop, and the whole thing would jump up in the air when it opened.
The worst was when you ejected the VHS tape and the tape was
stuck
falling out.
Yeah, it was stuck in there because either the VCR was running too hot or the tape had a wrinkle. The ribbon had a wrinkle in it, and then you are trying to wind it back, rolling it using the rollers. And VHS tapes weren't as easy as cassette tapes.
We're really giving our fans an insight into how old the three of us are.
Well, if you want to go old, considering the both these added together is closer to my age than you are guys individually.
Jonathan and I are the same age. But
I grew up with 8-track, 45s, vinyl.
We did not.
My parents did.
Okay.
My parents did. So
3.5 by 5 floppy disks.
I grew up with floppy disks too. All right.
Not those. I'm talking about the big ones with the hole in the middle.
Okay. All right.
That if you wanted to play a game on your computer, you had to wait 40 minutes of loading. And then when you got 3 minutes into the game, it would freeze. And then you'd have to do it all over again. Or I had my Commodore VIC-20 where you used to take the cartridge, put it in the keyboard, and I got to play Tooth Invaders. And I got to go around scrubbing the teeth before the cavity monsters got me.
Oh my God.
Or,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin
Wait,
has
I got
beat
one
us.
more. In school, Computer Squad. Yes, I was on Computer Squad. I was also in the Stamp Club. Okay. Here's a four sport athlete in Stamp Club and Computer Squad. There you go. Okay. I worked on Tandy 1000s, which were a generic IBM computer, and I used to play Siege, which was basically like 6-bit pixel characters, and you had to storm a castle, and you would heave rocks with your thing, and it was like a square that you would throw. You would throw a square, and your fire would be like 6 squares going up in the air like this.
Oh my God. I love how we're on a wrestling show.
It's okay.
We're just throwing it back.
We are, because you know why? Because we're going to go right into our birthday section right now. So sit back, relax, give us a little bit of your time. We'll be on for about another 48 minutes or so, as it's Strat night, so we're going off at 6, as we got a 6-foot Italian sub waiting for us downstairs. So sit back, relax.
For anybody in the audience who's got a birthday today, happy birthday to you.
And if you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
It's birthday shout out time, ladies and gentlemen. We only got a couple out there. I guess we got to make up for some lost time. Happy birthday goes out to Damage alum and Damage Hall of Famer number 2, Denise Harbeck. Happy birthday, Denise. And happy birthday goes out to former guest on the show, Monroe Jameson. Happy birthday to both of you and everybody else that's celebrating their birthday this week, along with these 2 fine people and Damage 365 Radio.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Hello, ladies. The Big Valboski here, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio.
Suppy World, coming to you straight from the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore. This is the greatest tag team in New York City. Hell, the greatest tag team in professional wrestling, the Scumbag Nation. I am Rude Boy Riley.
And I am the American Nightmare, Logan Black.
Like I said, here we stand in the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore. It is located in the English Town Flea Market, Green Building booth 35.
And I'll tell you, they sell all things related to wrestling, my friends. They got kids and adult t-shirts.